Hello everyone. Today it is our lesson 6. Today we're going to discuss about CSS selectors, which is very important to modify, to edit any of your elements of your HTML page. So let's get started. I have already prepared some information before I start this session, which is here. CSS selectors. So by the word selectors, you can understand easily that it is select something. I mean, so in that case, in our lesson, what does it selects in CSS? CSS selector selects all the elements that you want to edit or you want to modify that. So if you want to, say for example, if you want to design a text or design a paragraph or design your heading, design your any other elements, so which you can do by CSS selectors. Once I will show you the example, you will be more clear on it. Let's discuss about what is CSS selectors actually means here. In CSS, you can see that text, all this text here, which is I prepared actually before I start this lesson. In CSS, you should understand the idea of CSS selectors. What is a selector? How does CSS selector works and why these selectors are important in CSS? So as I said, by the word itself, selector means that it is select something. Here in CSS selector, select HTML's elements. Why? Because to modify or to style on each HTML elements. There is several way in CSS that selector selects the HTML elements to do the style of selected elements. So there are 5 different types of CSS selectors, which is elements CSS selectors. That means elements itself can be a selector, and then ID CSS selectors. It means ID of any of the elements. I will give you the example soon, so don't worry about it. Class CSS selectors, I'll give you the example soon. Universal CSS selectors, grouping CSS selectors. Okay, let's go to the details of it. First one is element selectors. Here you go. Element selectors selects HTML elements based on the element's name. Like heading 1, it's a name of the heading 1. For paragraph, it's P. For image is img. So like these are the all name of each of the elements. So when you want to select something by elements itself, so you can just select the name and change the style inside the style quotation. I mean inside the style starting code and finishing code. So let's give you some example which will be more appropriate to explain to you. Let's go to my folder where I have already prepared a folder here. This folder in lesson 6. So lesson 6 CSS selector. So first you need to decide where it would be your page in your folder. Then put your mouse on the top of that folder and click right button of your mouse this submenu will come up, and then here you can click on open with code. This is actually Microsoft Visual Studio Code, which I have already installed. So you need to have this as well in your computer. Now click on it, it will be open. Now it's going to open now. Yeah, here we go. Just cross here, remove this, and then inside that folder there is already, you can see here, this is the name of the folder that is showing on the editor, and there are some files inside that folder that is showing here, which actually I already created before. But actually you need to create another the page inside this folder. Page means HTML page for showing all of those examples of selectors. So let's create a HTML page here. So click on the left side, and then right click on the mouse, then it will give you this, and then click new file, then write down the page name. Say for example today's lesson is selector, so just write CSS underscore selector dot HTML. So this is the page that where I will show you all these examples. So it is now an HTML page which already created inside that folder. If you want to check, just go there. Here we go. The lesson 6, open it. You see, this is the page that I just created through the Visual Studio Code. So now what I need to do, at this moment there is nothing. You click on it, you will see nothing. Now I'm gonna start showing those examples here. Create those CSS code with the selector, and then all this design and everything will come up in this page. So let's just start on the visual page. Let's go there back. Okay, here put an exclamation sign and press enter. The page format, HTML page format, will come out automatically. Now you know that you can do the CSS CSS style sheet, with the three different way. One is inline, another is inside the head, like this head, and another is a way is you create a CSS page and link that CSS page with all other pages of your website. Say for example, this page is my home page, and all the CSS style that I will gonna create, I want to do separately into another folder, or any other into another place with the CSS extension. That will be only for CSS. All the CSS style will be there written. So to do that, to create that CSS page, what you need to do, just again click on the left side of your editor page, right click, right, and then new file. Now write down the page name of with the CSS extension, like style.css. That's it. So here, this is the page where I will write all my CSS style, and then I will link that page, this CSS page, with my home page, which is this one. So how you can do that? Just very simple. All you need to do here to link that CSS with this page, Once you link it, all the style that you will create into CSS page will take effect into the home page after you link. So this is the way that I'm writing now to link that CSS page. Link, I think that's as the code is style, something like that, equal to no, I don't think this is the code. Let's just have a look where is the code is. I have done it before into my previous page, which is here. Yeah, here we go. Link, then rel style sheet. This is the code to link your home page with the style sheet page. So just copy this and paste. Oh, sorry, need to copy it and then need to paste it here. That's it. Now, what does it mean that this is the style sheet page which I just created here? So this page into this home page has linked with the code through this code. So this is unique code, and this is the way that developer has created to link the page with any of the website page that you want to implement your style. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create some of the HTML element to show you the effect from the style sheet. So let's start with H1. Okay, okay. This is, let's do it like this. This is heading 1. Let's do another heading, H2. Okay, this is heading 2. I'm creating this all elements, HTML element, just to show you all these examples of selectors, how does it work actually. And here on H2 you can write ID. That's attribute of H2. H2 here, H2 is an element and ID is its attribute. ID, right, give a name H2. You can give any name you want, and then let's say I am going to make paragraph, one paragraph, lorem, oops, sorry, here we go. Just type lorem and then press enter. All this paragraph will come up. It's easy. It's pre-made paragraph that they have already created to use the example, to show the example. Okay, that's a paragraph. And then what else I can do? I can what can I do? What else I can? Okay, let's start with this 3 first. Then we'll show the rest. Okay, now let's go to the CSS. How I can, so here in heading 1, it's saying that this is heading 1. Now I didn't make any kind of style on it, like what would be the text color, what would be it, will it be looks bold, will it be look italic, or will it be the color looks like red, or whatever it is. So now you can style it, all these element H1, H2 and P into your style sheet in 5 different way, which I told you before. Here in this page. These are the 5 different way that you can actually change or edit any of your elements of HTML page. So let's start with the elements itself as a selector. So if you say that, if you want to show this example, so let's go to the page again. Here, which one is element? H1, H2, P. All of these are HTML elements. So for example, I want to see this is heading 1. This sentence looks like red. I want to make it red. So what you need to do in your style CSS page, just click here and write H1 curly bracket, press enter, then just write down color red. That's it. Now it does mean that okay, let's show how H1 looks before I change this style into the original page. This was the original page that I have created inside the folder. So now if you just refresh it, it will show 3 things: heading 1, heading 2, and that paragraph Lauren. All looks default color and design according to the browser. Now I want to change it. So let's say this text, I want to change it into red. So just let's go to heading 1 and write color colon red. Now you'll see that heading 1 already get changed. Just see, heading 1 get changed with the selector, using by selector of elements itself. Now this is the first example. The second example is with use ID CSS selector. So to give you the example, let's do heading 2. Heading 2, in I gave the name of the heading 2, I believe. Oh no, this page. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I put the heading 2 ID. What is the name of the ID? HT2. So to do that, what is the way to use the ID selector into CSS? What is the code? The code would be here. Let me show you. This is the first one that I just already showed you, that elements itself, and the next one I'm going to show you with ID. So let's see some explanation of ID CSS selector. The ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML elements to select a specific element. It's simple sentences you can easily understand. The ID of an element is a unique within a page. That means each element you can make it a unique by giving the ID name. So that's how I make HT2 here. Sorry. HT2, this HT2 I make it unique. How? By giving the name of the ID. What is that? This is HT2. So with that code you can easily access and to change the style. So that's what they are saying. The ID, using ID elements is unique within a page. So the ID selector is used to select one unique element. So any of the elements you want to change specifically, separately, uniquely, so you need to follow the ID selector. So, and always remember, ID name cannot be start with the number which is saying here, and just before the ID name you put the colon hash into the CSS page. To do that, how how it is. Let me show you. Here there is an example. It's saying here, I'm going to give you the example in my page. Here this one, and let's go to the style and just write hash h2, then put the colon, curly bracket, and write what you want to do with the style of h2. Let's say h2, I want to see its color will be blue. Then always put the colon after you each line of CSS code. And then let's say I want to put this heading 2 into the center. So let's just write text align center. That's it. Now this I generated this code into CSS page, but it automatically changes into the HTML page. How? Because I already connected into the heading that I showed you at the beginning here, this line with this line. So I made this change, and it will be automatically changed into the page. Look, heading 2 become blue, and it came into the center, which I have written here into CSS style. So this is the second example how you can use ID selector. And now let's go to the next example, which is class selector, CSS class. So by these, say for example, you want to make some design or a style in a bunch of not only a unique elements. You want to create some all like 5 or 4 elements of HTML page. In that case, how you can do, you can use class name. So the class selector select HTML elements with a specific class attribute. So that class that whenever you put that class name, it will be changed automatically with all the class name that all the elements that you put the class name onto those HTML elements. Let me show you the example. To select elements with a specific this is the way how to write the code to link that class. Let me show you. It's here. You can see this is the example they gave, right? So here let's put the paragraph of our page here, P. Let's put class name on it. Class equal to P1. That's a paragraph name. So here, how you can change this paragraph? Go to the style sheet, then make dot here, line number 9 dot P1. That means this is P1 actually a class name, and to do that with the class name always put dot, but to do that with the ID always put hash. To do that only elements itself, just write the elements name itself to do any kind of editing or styling. So now put the curly bracket and then put your code whatever you want to change it. It looks bold. Okay, text let me make it text, sorry, color will be purple. Okay, then text align would be center, and I want to make the whole paragraph looks bold. How am I gonna do that? This is I think text, no, I don't know how. Let's just find it to make it bold. Does it show here anywhere? No, that's fine. Just okay. Font weight bold. I believe this is the way I can change it. Okay, let's refresh your page. Yeah, here we go. It's purple and it looks bold, and all the whole paragraph. Okay, this is how it is. You can use class name, you can use ID name, you can use paragraph elements name itself to do the style in your page. Now let's go to the next example, which is okay. There is something more actually to discuss about class, which is you can also specify that only specific HTML element should be affected by class. So in this example, only P elements with class, they're saying the center, I said P1 will be red. Okay, whatever it is actually not that much important. However, let's go to the next example. Here we go. It's universal selector. A universal selector means you put into the CSS page, you just put the star, and then anything into that CSS page, I mean into the website page, will be changed accordingly. Say for example, first one I change it red, second one I change it blue, and then third one through by using class I change it purple and bold. Now if I just put this code into, instead of putting all this code, if I just put that code here, I mean like put the star only, and then remove those all, what will happen now? All the elements, which is heading 1, heading 2, and paragraph, all will be according to this style. So that means heading will be purple, text align will be center, and font weight will be bold. So let's see how it looks like now. Look, all become purple. So this is called universal selector. So if you want to be stay with the one design, one style for the whole page, I mean for the whole website even, then you can just put star sign before the colon, and within the colon just put the style as according to you want. That's all it is. So let's get back all. I believe you understood. Okay, then go to the next example, which is grouping selector. So grouping selector also like very easy. Say for example, I have done H1, H2, and P separately. I put the code and everything. For H1, say for example, yeah, for H1 this, for H2 this, and for P1 this. Now instead of doing this, I also can do like that way, which is called grouping h1 comma h2 comma b1. Okay, a second, sorry, not p1, p. So this has to be p. Let me see the third. Yeah, that's the p. Here, p, sorry, p, and then put the curly bracket and do the design, put the design, the same design here. This is another way. Actually, you can do the style as well. This is called grouping way. So all the elements, it names itself, write down and put the comma after each of these, and write the code that you want to make it like that inside the curly bracket, and remove those. This time let's make it not purple, like this, and this time make it not center, justify, to see the changes. Actually, italic, I believe, no, font weight, bold. Okay, bolder means more thicker, I believe. Okay, let's see how it looks like now in the page. Here we go, it's justify. I put the justify, so that's why it's gone to the left. All of this gone to the left. So, and then you see the color has been changed. So this is the another way also that you can change your style of your whole website. This is called grouping selector. I believe that we did with the example, it makes you more clear now. If you have any kind of question, you can ask me, you can leave a text message, and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.